Are we ready? All we? Okay. Uh, Good morning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and the reason why I could not be on time with you because I had a caucus with some of the congressmen regarding legislative matters that will be taken up in the coming days. I had to call this meeting because there will be a long hiatus of holidays, and I am not sure if I could talk to you again earlier. You know, some of my relatives, yung mga babae, the women, were asking me, even from the States, the residents of the United States, why did you have to include the relationship between Dilima and her driver? Now, the crux of the matter is, if I do not talk about that relationship with Dilima to her driver, then there is no topic to talk about. Because what is really very crucial there is the fact that because of that relationship with her driver, which I termed immoral because the driver has a family and a wife, that connection gave rise to the corruption of what was happening inside the National Penitentiary. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng special privileges. Are you not surprised that during her term and for a longer period, when she became the Secretary of Justice, there were special privileges granted to almost all inmates. There were guns there inside. There were parties being held almost every night. There was a combo, a musical group. Liquors and alcoholic drinks flowed freely, and women went inside and out the prison. Now, if I do not mention the connect between the senator, who was then a Secretary of Justice, and a driver, how would you now explain? How would now I explain to the public that these things happened, the partying, drugs, and even cooking shabu went well, unbridled, unhampered, because of the driver himself? Would you think that a driver of a department could have allowed these things by all and himself? These illegal things which you saw on TV almost every day for about a month? Do you think that without Dilima giving him the authority to allow the inmates to do that, all of this could have only happened if there was the go signal from the head of the department, which is the secretary. Barlaan, is there his name? Yeah, Barlaan. He was also one of the bagman. He was all of these things happened under your nose, and shabu was floating inside, and it was being, and what was really painful, and that's the reason why we knew, and I know, because they were were it not for that authority, these cell phones and everything else, the guns, could not have happened. Now, I am now warning everybody connected with the Bureau of Prisons in Muntinlupa. All the guards there and the supervisors. Because if you do not tell the truth before any committee of any governmental body, be it the Senate or the House of Representatives, be prepared to be charged. For what? That if not, I hope it is not that you were in conspiracy with the prisoners. You were there for almost all the time that these things happened. Do you mean to say that you did not report it to your superiors? Or you allow these things to happen by yourself, only your authority and nobody else's? Then be prepared to be investigated. Because I will charge you for negligence of duty or under the revised penal code for conspiring with these guys to precisely act the way they behave there inside the prison. It could not have happened without your connivance. It could only mean conspiracy. Now, if you're not ready to tell the truth, I said, be ready to be ousted. You're all invited in the meantime to go to Basilan and find your places there and in Hulo. You're going there. Kayong lahat, I will be assigning you there. In the meantime that we are now waiting for the House of Representatives, or also which is also conducting its own inquiry, I urge the Lima to proceed with the investigation. And I would like to invite, there's somebody, sir, who told me there was this UN expert that Duterte is not doing enough. Have a conference to me in public. You can ask your questions, all that you want to know. But allow me to ask you also. You seem to be characterized as a UN expert. Fine. I'm just a simple trial lawyer. So why don't you come here and let's talk about what you are talking about. Extrajudicial killing, I will do the explanation in public for international release if you want. During the criminals and the police in operations, punitive operations, police action, I am willing to answer all of them. And I said, I assume full responsibility for what happened because I was the one who ordered it. Now, my instructions at the very first day of my term was that go out and hunt for these criminals. Arrest them if they surrender peacefully. But if they put up a violent stand, then you just have to kill him. Because I do not want people in government dying needlessly for doing his work. Will you then be leaving behind a family and children? Now remember today, on the average, on the national scheme, we lose about 2, on the average, 2, 3 police officers killed in drug operations. I want the law expert to come here and to count the numbers of deaths also incurred by government with his fingers to guide him how many deaths were caused. For the extrajudicial killing, they say, it's not the work of the police to be wrapping people with plastics and putting it in the bag. That is not the job of the police. I just told him that one bullet will do. Why do you have to wrap it? Waste your time. That is not. But we know at the start what we planted the intrigues there. I am just as, well, not really. I've learned a lot during my prosecution days. We planted evidence. We arrested persons, but we released them. But telling him that it was this person who squealed on him. And then we, when he goes out but killing, then we said that it was this fellow who really did it.